It's the rifle soldiers call the weapon of silent death. If you hear it fire, you're already dead.
1903, Springfield. Type, bolt-action rifle. Country of origin, United States. Caliber, .30-06. Cartridge capacity, 5 rounds. Muzzle velocity, approximately 2,700 feet per second. Effective range, 656 yards.
The 1903 quickly gained a reputation as an outstandingly accurate and powerful firearm, particularly when it was in the hands of a Marine.
Alright, so here's my homemade M1903 Springfield. It is very nice. It has a Bombay mahogany wood stain, and it's made of pine. Starting out from the rear, here I have the butt plate, which is stamped M1903 and NICAR 94 underneath. And right there I have a 10 for 2010 to kind of give a general idea on where I was at in building things when I look back on stuff that I built. Sling mount, rear sling mount, the sling off of my M1 Garand. I have a working trigger spring, or with a spring on the inside. I don't like to use rubber bands anymore. I use pen springs. And then here I have the trigger guard. It's from an airsoft sniper rifle. It's aluminum. And then the magazine housing plate for the ammunition on the inside. 2 detailed screws, add a little bit more effect. Moving on, I have a pin, the pin for the trigger, and now to the bolt housing, in order to the assembly, bolt assembly. It's a working bolt. At this angle you can't really pull from it, but you kind of get the idea. And the shell ejects out. Get into a little bit more detail about that later on in the video. But it does lock pretty good. I have flip-up sights made out of my sheets of PVC that I made. Really cool. And a hinge, a little box hinge. And I have the little finger groove, both sides. It took a while to make it, like 5 minutes to carve those things out. But it's worth it. It makes it look a lot cooler. And up top here I have a sight notch, like the real one, of course. This little separation here is, 2 pieces of wood. This piece, these pieces are the same thing, and this is a different piece. And those are just screwed on with regular countersink wood screws. And here I have a plexiglass band. It's supposed to be a metal band, but I found that plexiglass is a little bit more sturdier than using tin or aluminum from a can. And the sling mount is just screwed on. And moving on, I have the plexiglass barrel band. That's what I call it. because I don't know what else to call it. But yeah, it's just plexiglass that I cut out and then heated it up and molded it around the part that I want it to fit, and then I glued it on. Well, I glued it together and then screwed into the plexiglass and into the wood, and that keeps it on tightly and won't go anywhere really. The barrel is copper piping that's screwed on, as you can see. And the inner barrel is steel. Plexiglass sights, again, just cut out, heated up, and molded around, and just the way that a Springfield sight would be cut out. Alright, and here's a pretty good shot of the mechanism. Just lift up on this here. Out comes that screw. Comes back. And this right here comes back with the bolt. And then once you push it forward, it goes back into the stock of the rifle. And it locks into place. Lift up, pull back, and the quicker you pull it back, the more kick it will get. Or sometimes the magnet, I can't really see, but it's glued in right here. The magnet will lose connection with the nail. So yeah, it can be operated without the thing there if you don't want the shell ejection to happen. You just want a smooth bolt, because it's a little sticky with that thing out. But you'll need to get your knife or whatever tool you got there and just pry it back up. But yeah, this brass shell is actually pretty beaten up because I've been testing it and playing with it so many times. But yeah, hopefully you guys get a good idea, because I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of questions about it. But yeah, this is my own homemade ejection. Made it all myself. The only downside to it is that you can't, keep on loading in like 5 shots like a real Springfield. You'll have to have a single shot type of thing.